Test.
All right, here we go. We're going to come to you again. This is Joanie and Neenie Chime In.
Hi, I'm Joanie.
Yeah, and we switched spots because our logo actually has Joanie and Neenie, and that's Joanie and Neenie from your point of view.
So I was Neenie before?
You were Neenie before.
Okay,
you were a little, so we switched spots.
I think Neenie has like a nice ring to it.
And we're going to be doing the scary cards today. And we did, one of our very first times together, we did the scary cards because we wanted to dispel that myth.
Yeah, it was the first time we ever tried to do this, and we probably did a terrific job, but clearly we're being called on a redo.
And we did it on your old Android. And that's what we could not for the life of us figure out how to get that film off of your old Android and put it into the cyber world to do our very first video. So everything's been delayed, but now we're better.
One of the things that Neenie and I are doing, proverbially teaching old dogs new tricks, because we're learning. We're learning technology, people.
But this is what we're good at, is we're good at intuition, those old-fashioned ways that people used to connect with people and animals and plants and their environment. And every day there's a new reader on YouTube. And this is why we're doing it, because I was kind of addicted to that, and I'm going, wait, We do this all the time, and we do it for each other. We do it for people, and I've always been doing that. All my friends, anyway.
Yeah.
But now in this time of unrest and craziness,
right?
Everybody is. People have some sense of spirituality and sanity and questioning and curiosity, or it's become a little more normalized in the positive. It's just a way to analyze your mind and connect with spirit.
Well, I think too that it's a way to validate what you're thinking. I know that it's my practice every morning, with prayer and meditation. I come out of that and draw some cards just to see, like,
what was that?
Am I on point, or can you clarify that a little more for me? And the scary cards.
Yeah. And we're going to go through the scary cards. I'm going to move our little mic.
Yeah, when we get scary cards, and it's a good scary card time because we just had the first presidential debate last night, and that was scary.
Did you watch it?
I couldn't bear to.
I turned it off.
I couldn't bear to because I just felt like if I watched it, I was going to get angry and then I was going to cry. So I thought, don't do it. And Halloween's coming up. So it's scary card time.
It's scary. And we celebrate, especially in Tucson,
Dia de los Muertos.
Yes. And I wouldn't say especially, but because...
No, especially because we have a really proud Hispanic heritage here.
Yeah, I was suddenly flashed on New Orleans. They're good too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they do it in... Anyway. So yes, so we love death here. And we celebrate it with skeletons and parade. Our parade, my daughter was part of the parade that is now worldwide. People come from all over the world. And my daughter was at the Tucson Museum of Art School, and she made those 10-foot big puppets that were the skeletons back in the day.
Well,
and we love it.
The Dia de los Muertos celebrates, it's that Halloween celebration, and then of course November 1 is in the Catholic faith, oh my God, it's the All Souls Day.
Yeah.
All Souls Day. So celebrating those who have passed on. And so it is said that the veil between the spirit world and us is the thinnest. And so that's why there's the celebration of Dia de los Muertos.
And you can drive down by any graveyard, and there are families washing the graves. We see that. Balloons. all kinds of tamales.
Altars
everywhere,
Yeah, altars set up.
I do an altar in my house too.
Do you?
And, and in my altar, I have, this is just daily, I have a flame, a picture of a flame, and then I have those beloved who deceased underneath the flame, underneath the lip of my altar.
Well, I know I have a good friend who she was raised in Mexico, and so she sets up an altar and she puts the foods on there that her loved ones love to eat, candles, pictures, pieces of jewelry, those kinds of things, because it's just in honor of or in memory of.
Nice.
So
what does your death card look like?
Anyway, we got off track here, didn't we?
Yes,
so
that's what we do.
This is what my death card looks like. So they're both kind of scary looking.
And I've got
figures. Neenie has two decks.
I have two decks. I have my ancient old spiral. See the back? It's kind of worn out, but I love it. And death. This spiral deck, I kiddingly call it my sexy deck, but it's really does evoke some drama and tells a story that you can interpret.
Drama is a good word for that, right?
Dramatic.
So the death card is not an indication of somebody dying. It is an indication of a way of life dying, of a relationship dying, of a thought process dying. But basically, it's this really celebratory card of transformation is what death is about. So it's nothing to be afraid of. I know that when I do readings for my clients and we get the death card, I finally turn them into going, because it's about transformation. I got the death card because it's about an ending that unveils a new beginning, ultimately. And so is death, where you leave this planet and you go into spirit again.
And I'll sometimes use it also when I get the death card for a client. I'll also say, is there something subconscious you're not really revealing to yourself or to someone else? They've got maybe not a secret thought, but just some kind of transitional.
To come up and be transformed.
Right.
Transformed.
And so sometimes I read that as subconscious stuff going on.
So another card that I get, and I don't know if you pulled it out or not. But
where's my glasses?
It's the Ten of Swords.
Oh, yeah.
Which
I might have pulled that out.
Which is a depiction of death.
We pulled out our cards separately.
Right. And so what we both think are scary cards, we both have them.
Oh, yeah, I did.
See?
Uh-huh.
So this is kind of a scary card if you get this in a reading where they're lying on the ground and they have 10 swords in them, so they're clearly dead. That's not a pretty card to get. That can be scary. But if you'll notice in both of the cards, the light that is coming up in the background, which again is another symbol of transformation. The old way has died, whatever that is. And swords are indicative of thoughts, mostly, of habits, of thought patterns or overthinking. And this is just saying, hey, we can give that up now. There's a new life coming up if you let go of that bullshit. Whatever the bullshit of the swords is.
Okay.
What about Nine of Swords?
Oh, well, let's see.
Nine of Swords.
I pulled that one too. We're on the same page.
See?
I see some I didn't pull out of all my decks, but that's okay.
Okay.
That's all right.
So Nine of Swords, mine is a girl sitting in a graveyard with 10 swords above her head, and she's holding her face in her hands. And yours is, because I can't freaking see without
she's in
glasses
bed.
On. So she's in bed dreaming, maybe?
Yeah, or sometimes, like when you wake up in the middle of the night.
And just, you're anxious.
Your thoughts are swimming or something. Yeah.
And so this card, again, not scary. This card is saying to you, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. It's a card of saying, change your thought patterns, because all of these fears that you're imagining are not going to come true. And you've basically chained yourself up. And if you'll notice, the swords in this one, unlike the Ten of Swords, they're not touching her. They're not touching her.
Yeah, and I interpret that as, waking up in the middle of the night. or in the early morning, you know, like or you can't go to sleep, you know, you're just,
you wake up and you can't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Fear.
I should have pulled on both sides, but that's okay. We'll just keep going. I'm having fun seeing what you picked and what I picked.
Okay, what did you pick next? What's your next one?
The tower.
The tower. Where the hell is that? Here it is. The tower.
Did I get the tower over here?
Burning buildings.
Yeah, I didn't get it in the
other
scary
deck?
one, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I did.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
The tower. Oh, Jesus. That's a little more violent, isn't it?
It's really hard to see, I'm sure, for the viewers. Oh, there's lightning. You got lightning.
I got lightning.
Yeah, we all have lightning. So what is lightning?
Lightning is fast, rapid change. It's usually a
Shocking,
surprising, shit, the water heater broke and my house is flooded. And that could be mild. It could be somebody ending a relationship really abruptly. It could be you walking out on your job. It's abrupt, shocking stuff, and it's burning buildings. But again, the Tower card is all about letting what needs to burn away or fall away, burn away and fall away.
We can't see Joan.
Here's Joan.
And also, I sometimes think about what's been a tower is we're looking out, it's strong, it's a structure.
Yeah, it's solid.
It's a solid structure, man-built.
Yeah.
It's not a mountain, that's natural. We had to layer all those things to build this tower of our thought patterns, our lifestyle, so the tower really represents a little man-made stuff that can be destroyed, but I always, like you said, toning your clients to really appreciate the tower because it is that moment when you get to make that change.
Well, if you look at both of these cards, you're not on shaky ground. The towers are standing.
Look at the mountain on this one.
Yeah, they're on fire, and there's water, there's crashing waves on this one, but the towers are standing, they're upright. But there is a destruction, a letting go of something that tower is holding or was built on.
So that's what we do to really help interpret for our clients. And as the client is hearing that, they would think, oh yeah, I really hate my job. I'm glad I got fired. Or I'm glad I got so mad I walked out. Or
because a lot of times those things that we see as horrible things, scary things, bad things, are really just a boost up from the spirit world. Things that needed to happen in order to move you to the place where you should be, where you'd be thriving, where you'd be joyful. And we have shakeups, we have unexpected things that usually when we reflect back are a blessing. Look at this year. Look at this crazy ass year.
But you're doing really well.
I'm doing really
underneath all this stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oddly.
So 2020, the tower.
The tower. Good.
Yeah.
Let's push some other people off the tower.
Let's push up.
Okay, what else did you get?
How about the devil?
Did I get the devil?
Did you pull the devil card
Oh my
out?
gosh. Hey, hand me those because, I'm saying, let's just move forward.
This
but
one, love?
Both of, yeah.
Okay.
I'll look while you talk.
Okay.
I'll try not to be too distracting.
That's all right.
Because I've got that sexy devil.
She's got it. Neenie has a deck with an incredibly sexy devil. My devil, not that sexy. My devil looks a little menacing, but you can see the man and the woman right here. So the devil is passion. The devil is passion. And depending on what your question is or what the context of the reading is, it could mean several things. Sometimes it means you got to own your bullshit. Sometimes it means that you got to examine whatever you're going through or whatever you're asking about, and own up to like where are you sidetracking yourself. Other times it might mean a project or a relationship is causing you to feel a lot of this vibrant, passionate energy, and you may be in danger of losing sort of your sense of self in it. Or you may be burning the candle at both ends because of a project or a relationship, because the feelings are so intense. So whatever the devil is relating to, it's all about passion, hot, fiery, burst of energy, enthusiasm. And then how do you temper that? How do you call yourself out on your shit? Right?
Right.
So the devil, not scary.
Here's the spiral devil.
The spiral devil. That
look at her screaming.
That kind of looks like an abstract painting right now until I put my glasses on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is
And
a
he's
woman
dark.
in the center screaming, and then it's a dark figure.
Yeah, it's so worn out.
And there's two, a man and a woman here again. So again,
hold that up while I look for the other
again,
one.
like that passionate energy, whether it's a sexual energy or not. If it's about,
Well, it could be the passion, like in a family situation.
It could be anything.
You know, because sometimes even having harboring a 17-year-old. We get into some political debates because what are the kids watching? And so they just love the contentiousness.
17-year-olds are passionate anyway,
And that's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
have that
oh my
energy.
gosh, he triggered me to say this or that.
Yeah.
And it's not in an angry way at all. It's just that that intensity, because we're,
it's
put a little flame on it.
There's
And
the
there's a
sexy
flame.
card.
Yeah. So this devil is, it can be intense.
He's serious. That devil
Yeah.
is serious.
Yeah. Awesome.
So know that if you get the devil in your reading, it's just about passion and fire and energy, and how do you manage that and control that in order to move you ahead to your highest good. It's not a scary...
The devil's going to get you.
No, it's
the
not.
devil's, you're being haunted
It's
or
your
anything
bad
like
karma
that.
or anything like that. It's not that.
Okay.
It's not that.
Yeah.
Could just be sexy. What else you got?
Okay. Now what do you want to go to?
Which one?
Oh, no.
The 3?
No.
Okay. So I always this is the 5 of
I think
Pentacles.
I got 5.
The 5 of Pentacles, you pulled that too?
Yeah.
And
but
I don't know
there's
if
a
it's
grandchild
just-
who
okay.
liked it as well. So it is
Yeah.
a little marked up, which happens. I have kids in my life.
So I don't know that I would necessarily call
Yep.
the 5 of Pentacles a scary card, but to me the 5 of Pentacles is kind of a haunting card.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Because there's a feeling of loss. Here's 2 beggars or poverty-stricken people that are walking beneath a church window. There's snow. You can see that it's cold. So there's this feeling of loss, of sorrow, of
or being left. I always also
left-
think I'm left out.
left out.
And in any situation, if you get that, I would interpret it that I would ask the question: are you feeling lonely, or did you feel like that letter hasn't come, or that stimulus payment hasn't come?
A sense of loss is in, and so even though there's a feeling of sadness, loss, sorrow, this card is telling you take really good care of yourself right now. Look for resources of help. Whether it's spiritual, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, physical. This card is just sort of an anxiety card, and it's just this wake-up call of take care of yourself. Maybe you're not, especially right now, friends. This is a time to take great care of yourself.
And this one is a really good when I get a number card too. I really pay attention to what is it with. What is it next to?
Yeah.
So it could be, let's say, I'm just going to say this. the sun, which is a good, we think of that as a good card. But, so I would say, well, maybe right around the corner, you're looking for resources. So it is, we're not predicting anything, but maybe you actually make the call, call your aunt, hey, can I borrow money or whatever?
Well,
can I get some resources from the food bank or anything like that? I just look and see what is it next to.
And it's a good point that Neenie just made, that we're not predicting. Neenie and I are not prophets. I call myself a psychic medium. Neenie is also incredibly psychic. And I think you connect as a medium as well. Would you say?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, we talk to dead people. I mean that we are able to channel messages,
and they come to us
from your loved ones that have passed.
And
so when we do a reading for somebody, we are looking at the energy of that moment in time that you are sitting with us, of your energy, of the energy of the spirits, angels that you have attracted into the reading. Of the people in your life, the energy of that moment in time. So we all have free will, and you get to choose. Like, if you get this 5 of Pentacle cards and, we're saying, wow, you need to take really good care of yourself right now. And again, it could be financially, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it is. And you make the decision to do that, or you make the decision to not do that, then the energy in the following month may be very different than it would be if you capitalized on getting some help. So we're not prophets.
Yeah.
Although people sometimes think we are. We're not prophets.
Yeah. And we had a good situation the other night where I just called you in the middle of the night because there was a thing going on. And what do you think? And you described it beautifully a little bit ago is, I don't want to, because we are human, we know the people involved, and we're not. Are we interpreting this correctly? So let's just chill. I don't, feel there's any, just let it ride out, which we all intuitively feel sometimes. And so let's just listen to ourselves. We're here to help you get tools to listen to yourselves, and sometimes your friends need to say, just go to bed. Right?
Sometimes people just need to say go to bed.
Okay, so what do you have next?
Okay, I also picked the moon.
I like that, but I didn't pick the moon.
So do you think the moon is a scary card?
Yeah, it could.
It could be interpreted that way.
Yeah, I'll look for my moons while you talk about it.
I always, whenever I see the moon, either for myself or when doing a reading for somebody else, it's always, to me, alerting me to pay attention to the shadows, to pay attention to your dreams.
Right. There could be nightmares.
Yeah. To pay attention to what's going on nocturnally or in the dark, so to speak. And I say in the dark as a metaphor, because the moon is all about looking at your shadow side, your darker side. And I don't mean that in a, like, look at where you're not a nice person. It's not that. But, what are you hiding? What needs to come up into the sunshine?
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
And howling.
And the howling.
And a crab.
Yeah.
So
what are you not paying attention to? What are your dreams trying to bring forth? So this one can be a little scary because, again, it's asking you to look at what's kind of lurking in the shadow. Right?
Yeah, or man in the moon.
The man in the moon, yeah.
Woo!
The moon.
Okay, so this one is always scary.
I wish y'all could see the...
this is Neenie.
This is Neenie over here.
And this is Joanie.
She got some cards.
Well, and that's how I think.
That's how I function. Nenie's the artist.
And I'm...
Nenie's the artist.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your scary card, love?
Okay.
3 of Swords.
Did you get that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you picked it too.
Well, how would a card with a heart, and a beautiful, juicy heart with 3 swords pierced not be scary.
Wow.
How do you interpret this?
This is this is harder than the death card for me with people.
Oh yeah.
This is one of my hard ones because a tower, you can kind of interpret it as, oh my goodness, this is a transformation.
Right. Because people always see that card and it's heartbreak. It's usually it's heartbreak in the form of a love relationship. Is how when somebody sees that card, they're like, oh my God, we're breaking up. Oh my God, my marriage is ending.
He's having an affair.
Yeah, it's that kind of feeling. So how do you, when that card shows up, what's your usual interpretation of that?
Well, right away, I look and see what's around it.
Yeah.
And I try to go there. Again, when I get this, I really tune in to my intuitive points. This is a point where it really alerts me to tune in. And then I'm very careful how I interpret it, because this is emotion. The other ones, death and all those, we can kind of have a different symbolism to it. But this one is, like you said, it's our heart.
It's a big juicy heart.
And mine has wire,
wire in it, like a protective mesh that's been pierced with these swords.
So I really, it depends on the reading. Like if someone isn't being truthful to themselves, or there's something incongruous going on. So when I get that, so if they're coming with a question, something like that, and I get this, are they not getting to the heart of the matter maybe with me to find out what's going on? You're really pulling teeth either with them or with yourself. So it's a very, it does have emotion.
Oh, it's heavy with emotion. Whenever I see the 3 of Swords in a reading, whether it's me or I'm doing it for a client, it's disappointment. It's disappointment.
That is so true.
And it is again. These are swords. So swords again are thought patterns, habits. You have witnessed a disappointment in your life, and that could be heartbreak. But it's usually a disappointment that is filled with emotion. It is a heart. But my interpretation of this card always, 500% of the time is it's over. It happened and it's over. And if you look at, like I know on my card, there's light behind it. There's a new day coming. This is over. So even though you may see it and you're going, oh shit, I know exactly what that is. I always say to people, it's done. This is not some future thing that's happening. It's already happened. It's done.
And again, what is it next to?
Yeah.
Sometimes with people, I'll have them just, well, I do it weird, and a card will fly out when we're having.
A lot of people do that, don't they?
Yeah. And so this pops out, and I go, I really don't go, shoot. I just, learn to really read and be in the moment with the person, using my intuition. Anyway.
Yeah.
So let's go. What do you have next? See if we matched.
I have 3 left. I have 8 of Cups, 8 of Swords, 2 of Swords.
Ooh, okay.
You got 8 of Swords too.
I almost picked the other 2 you had.
Did you?
Okay, let's do it.
8 of Swords. Woman bound up with swords on each side of her, but her feet are not bound and she can move forward. So she looks like she's captured. She looks like she's caged, but she's captured and caged within her own thoughts, within her own mind, and she's free to move forward if she would just walk out of it.
And again, she's blindfolded. She's wrapped up in something. So I really interpret it as if somebody gets this and I say, is there something that you just feel tight with? Is there something binding you? Whether it's a physical, because this one has a physical feeling too. Anyway.
Yeah. So this is
It's kind of scary if I got it.
Yeah, it is a scary looking card. You're in this mass of thought. You're in catastrophic thinking mode is what I
Yeah, so if you got all these...
the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Two of Swords. You're in catastrophic thinking mode. And most of the bullshit that you are thinking is going to happen is not going to happen. You are free to freaking walk away. You can walk away.
So if you got all of these in one reading, right?
Shit.
I would, what would you do, Joanie? I would say there's something, if they haven't revealed to you what's going on, but you could sense it, right? Again, we use our intuition. Yeah. I would just be in a very loving, open heart space. Yeah. If somebody was getting a lot of those cards, and just get to the root and get them
that's
stable.
Somebody that's in a lot of fear. If you're getting a lot of the swords cards that show you bound, blindfolded, pierced, that to me is somebody that's caught up in this maze of, again, catastrophic thinking.
Yeah. Hey, what do you have? I don't have that one, so you go through that one real quick, and then we'll do.
It's another 8. It's the 8 of Cups, and it's this person that's walking away. Head is down. Looks like they're walking away in sorrow. The moon is up there, so again, sort of that shadowy side. And then there's 8 cups that are standing upright, and cups are emotion, love, feeling, relationship, and so this is a card of somebody walking away from sadness. But on the lighter side, these are 8 cups that are still upright. And so walking away from the sadness is necessary, but knowing that there's 8 cups that are upright, there's still something that can be built on. There's a beautiful lesson that you learned from whatever you are walking away from in order to move into a new life.
So if somebody got that in a reading, it's
letting go.
Yeah, it's you're letting go. You see the sad figure, but again, emotion. We get addicted to our sadnesses, and we're so used to feeling. I know I lived in just fear of everything for a long time, and so letting go of that was very hard. What did you pick?
Two of Swords.
I almost picked that. Go through that one real quick,
and then I'll. One that I picked, and it's another sword card.
Yeah.
But here's a woman blindfolded with 2 swords she's holding in front of her chest, and then she's got the armor in front of her chest, and it's a card that you are protecting yourself from looking at a situation, from interpreting a situation. You can take the blindfold off and see all sides. It's a card of indecision. It's a card of not wanting to face something.
And we got that for 2020, remember?
Yeah.
We were doing our reading.
The 2 of Swords for 22, yeah. It's just this card of I don't want to look at it. But this is also a card saying, if you were able to look at it and make a decision to move in one direction, it would be more clear. Everything becomes more clear.
Yeah.
And
then I picked the Hangman.
Oh, is the Hangman scary to you?
Well,
can be?
It can be because he's upside down. I love it, but
he's on an inversion board, people.
I've had it where people have, especially when it's a relationship type thing, just because they're upside down. But I always think it's a super positive card. So I just wanted to bring it up because that's a new perspective, a new way of viewing the world.
Right, because you're in suspension.
Right. But if you think about it in a relationship, it could just be some little change, some little thing you're working on, that kind of thing, or jobs, or friendships, whatever.
Something to wait out. Something to wait out. You're hanging upside down. You're being suspended. You're kind of waiting to see how things go. It's not necessarily a time to make a decision. You're just hanging out and looking at it, like you said, from a new way of looking at it. Unlike our blindfolded friend in the Two of Swords.
All right. Well, that's our scary card
Not
show.
so scary, right, people?
So we wanted to redo it for you, and we are Joanie and Neenie Chime In, and we started our other channel, which was Chime In with Joanie and Neenie, and that'll be if you're looking for us on YouTube, you can see it. They're together, and look at both of them. That's the.
We had different, or I had different hair, right? Pandemic hair, so it was like down to here. Now I cut it off.
And we're all the way up to like 56 views, and we have 6 subscribers, I think now.
We're big shots.
We're getting there, and so if you like us, and we're gonna put this out there for the scary card before Halloween. We might do a political one real soon. In a different way, not predicting anything, but just a way to help.
Well, and not taking sides, because what did the lovely Ruth Bader Ginsburg say?
Yeah, you have a great T-shirt.
Attack ideas, not people.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for saying that. And then I'm going to be talking to Joanie about an idea before Halloween. I want to ride around and film us and go to haunted locations here in Tucson and just sit outside and drive by.
See who comes up?
Drive by. I know of a couple of places that are pretty
We're going
scary.
to do a drive-by of Ghost.
Yeah, a ghost drive-by.
Okay,
And
ghost drive-bys.
my somebody in my family suggested that, and I thought, oh, that's a great idea.
It's a fun thing.
Middle-aged ladies go ghost hunting.
Right?
Hey, see you guys.
Take care,
Please,
everyone.
subscribe and like.
Be healthy. And let us know what you want us to do.
Our emails will be in there. You need a private reading. Joanie is awesome.
So's Neenie.
She's cool.